Hey everyone, this is the haul I have from the Tainan Pen Show. I went on October the 18th and it was the first time that I've been to a pen show and the first time that I'm pretty sure that I've been to Tainan. So from Taipei, which is in the north of the island, to the south of the island in Tainan, it is like a regular train ride, about 3 to 4 hours, depending on which one you get. If you get a slow train that stops at every stop, it could take up to 5 hours. And if you took like the high-speed rail, it could only be about an hour and a half, which is a huge difference. But I had made plans with a shop owner in Taiwan. Her name is Jess from Just Spirit. And it was kind of funny because she and I had planned, we get on the train at different stops. And so we had planned to sit in business class so that we could get the same like car. And so I am worried that I'm going to miss my train and have to rebuy my ticket. So I wake up early and I'm sitting there at the train station messaging her and being like, okay, I'm here, see you soon, because her stop is one after mine. And I think maybe like 20 or 30 minutes pass and I get no response. And I'm just thinking, okay, she's busy. But then I'm about 10 minutes to boarding the train. Okay, Jerome, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. So I'm 10 minutes to boarding the train and I get a message that she slept in through her alarm because her phone didn't charge. And I don't know. I just enjoyed my time in the business class. And you get like a set meal with your business class ticket. Obviously pay for it because I think the difference between a regular train ticket and a business class train ticket is, I think, like 400 and like Taiwan dollars. So, but you do get like a nicer environment to sit in. You get your own seat. Nobody really bothers you. So I enjoyed that 3-hour train ride, but it was just interesting because she actually made it before me because she ended up taking the high-speed rail all the way down there, and I don't know. It was an interesting start to the day, but it was so hot in Tainan. It's already October, but so for us here in the northern part of Taiwan, it's kind of cooling down, and it still feels like a humid beach, like in a humid beach city town. When we first went in, we got to go in a little bit early because Jess is a shop owner, and so we didn't line up. But when they opened the doors, they were giving out either like randomly a bottle of ink from Kala, like Kala, that brand of ink. And then I ended up getting a Rhodia notebook, which it seemed like nobody wanted the Rhodia notebook. I personally was interested in the ink as well. They were giving a green one and like this like orangish reddish one. But unfortunately, I got this. I guess I should be glad I got anything at all because I was already in early, so I didn't have to line up. So this is a block Rhodia with 80 sheets, and it's 80 GSM with this like the same color as this, like a maroon grid. So an extra notebook. I was definitely just overwhelmed. There was a lot of used pens, a lot of maker brands there, and I just kind of stuck to what I knew, which is inks. I had been working on this kind of portable swatching log, my library of inks, and so I tried not to get anything that was like too similar, but in the end I'm drawn towards the same kind of colors. I'm drawn towards these like purpley blue inks, and I guess you'll see. So the first one I feel like was a trick, but I'm always I don't know, it's not influence. I'm kind of taken in by like the moment of FOMO, I guess it is. So I went to the Tono&Lims. It's not really Tono&Lims. It was a brand that was representing that, or that had a lot of Tono&Lims inks. And so they are called Ishimaru Bunkodo. They are from Japan. And they were it seemed like they were very, very like friendly with the Nagasaki Kobe brand. So it seems like maybe they're from the same area. But I got confused and I thought that they were Tono&Lims. So that was my fault. But they had some Tono&Lims, and one of the like stars of the show, but like of their table, was the Taiwan Delicious. So it's called Taiwan Delicious ink, and this is called the mango ice. That's one of the very famous things in Taiwan, like a mango ice. So they also had a type of vegetable, it's in Chinese, it's called Kong Xing Cai, and it was just kind of like a neonish green. And then the other one that they had in this series was I really can't remember. I'll have to check my stories again. But they had 3 in the line, and this was the most unique one. This had a lot of shimmer, and in the paper that they used, which I kind of unsure how they got it to look so great, but it had like hints of green and yellow and kind of orange, which totally looks like one of those mangoes that we get here in the more tropical areas, the big mangoes. But it's like super shimmery, super cool, and I thought, what a cool ink. But I think I'm slightly disappointed by the way it shows up the properties now, because I can't recreate that kind of multi-shading look. But that was the first thing that I was drawn to. And then I couldn't figure out which other inks to get. They had tons. I think they had something called a color bar ink. I think it might have just... Oh, and they brought an entire like arsenal of inks inspired by the Nagasaki region, which these were also really beautiful. But I felt like the colors I had a lot of. I really like the cathedral, the Hirado Cathedral Green, which that was something that it seemed like a lot of brands had. So it must be something special with the Nagasaki region, this cathedral. So anyways, I was really torn because there's so many colors to choose from, and in the end I was going through the swatch book and just picked some random ones that, or not random, like I picked the ones that really I felt drawn to, which again is probably not a good idea because I'm always going to be drawn towards the same inks. So this is kind of like a purpley blue ink that I think I was really looking for a Kobe ink, the Kobe number 57, and that's why I picked that one, because I thought it was like a nice purple blue. And then this one is for the name. It's called Chouette, and it's like a brownie colored ink, and I'm not somebody who really loves brown ink, but the name got me. So I did quick swatches in my Arts and Science Hobonichi for 2025. It's seen a lot of ink explosions. Those are the Taiwan Delicious ink. This, all I could get was a little bit of shimmer to come out. I couldn't pull out the greens either at all. This is it's called Vermouth and Cassis. I forgot to mention that. So this one does show a bit of that color variation with like the pinks and like the purples. And then the chouette is a brown with some green and I guess this is like reddish tones. So that's the 3 that I got. And I was talking to the representatives from Nagasaki, and the English communication wasn't great, or I just couldn't understand them. And obviously I can't speak Japanese, so I wasn't sure what the price of anything was. I just kind of bought blindly. And this, I think what ended up happening was it turned out to be about 500 Taiwan dollars for each bottle, which I think is slightly cheaper than what I could get at like Just Spirit, or I don't know where else to get Tono&Lims ink. I don't know who else carries it. So the only other Tono&Lims ink that I have are no, I have 3. I think I have custom inks from Tono&Lims, which is my electric purple thing that I tried to recreate, and then I have a green, which I don't think I swatched. No, I didn't swatch. I didn't swatch it. But the green I had was to represent my cat's eye color. Tono&Lims boxes are kind of cute. So that's my electric purple. You get 2 bottles. When you do your custom, you get one that you can put shimmer into, and then the second one that's just the typical version. And this is my green. It's a kind of like a green, yellow, brownish color. So those are the customs I have. And then I also have 2 other bottles. So I have a Rainy Winter, which is, I think, a collaboration with Just Spirit. It's like a great color. And then Glamorous Sky, which is really beautiful. It's the colors that I like the blues and the pinks. I'm gonna have to swatch, do a Tono&Lims collection swatch. But, oh, I forgot to say. So yeah, I think maybe these were slightly cheaper, but these are slightly smaller. These are only 23 milliliter, while normally they're 30 milliliter. So these like drink bar or color bar inks are smaller, so technically more expensive. Okay, so that was like the first stop that I made. It was Tono&Lims. Then I went to take a look at paper. So the paper that I first went to look at, or what I was drawn to was this, a writing pad with the original Tomogawa Tomoe River paper. And I don't know, I don't think I particularly like Tomoe River paper. I just thought it was more about the scarcity again. I thought, okay, so this is limited edition, or this is like the last batch. And so I got 1 pad, which I thought was like pretty reserved of me. But this, I don't know, this was 450 Taiwan dollars. And the paper tasting memo box is also $450 Taiwan, Yamamoto Paper. And they are opening a Pink Oyster in Taiwan. That's fun, right? He was really nice. Like, you could tell he was really passionate about paper. And the paper tasting box, there were like, I'd say like 15 to 20 options in these little small squares, and you get like a free, or I don't know if it's free, but it's like included in the experience. You get to test all the papers and then just choose 5 for yours. I tested all of them, and I chose the ones that didn't bleed through as much, and all the ones that I could choose that were the most white. I tried not to choose any of the cream colored papers because I wanted it to be kind of something I could see the ink color and get like a fair of their test. So the sheep clouds bond, there's only 80 sheets, or there's 80 sheets in this one. I think most of them are 80 sheets, or the least, like the lower amount is 65 sheets. So this sheep clouds bond was recommended, actually. He said that it was one of his favorite papers. And then I got slate white, or slight white, which is 65 sheets, so it's thicker, slightly thicker, at 81.4 GSM. And then light force, 68 GSM, 70 sheets. And then I've got Cosmo Air Light, which I heard a lot about, and then Yamamoto Pink Paper, which I think is also like the end. Like there's no more of, I think no more Cosmo Air Light, and yeah, actually I don't know about this, but Cosmo Air Light was like finished. This batch is finished. So I thought that was interesting, and I was about to choose, one of my options. I was going to choose the Tomoe River S and Tomoe River paper, but then I got this whole pad of it so I could do a similar comparison. I think I'm just going to cut these down and put them on the Tomoe River. That would be interesting. I don't know. So that was my paper tasting memo box. I spent a lot of time actually testing out paper and talking to the representative here. That was before the doors opened, so I got to chat with them for a while, which was, I think that's the joy of going to pen shows, really. It's to meet the people. It's not really so much like buying products, although I bought six bottles of ink, one paper pad, and a paper tasting box, and it was like, I think like, it was a lot of money. It was like $200 US, and I didn't even, like, I don't know, plus the train tickets and such. It felt like the money went away pretty fast. Okay, so then the last stop that I made, because I was definitely walking around and looking at things, but the last like purchase that I made was from the Kobe ink. This is the whole reason I wanted to go, because I don't know where else to buy Kobe ink in Taiwan. And I was told that they usually bring like popular ink colors. So I thought I could get number 57, which is this kind of like, I don't know, it always looks different no matter what, but I've seen some swatches, like Simone makes this really beautiful swatch of number 57. It's called Ajisai, I think. But yeah, I'm still on the hunt for that ink. I wonder how similar it'll be. Maybe I should get a sample somehow. But they were giving out postcards, which is really beautiful. I actually have a Nagasawa Kobe ink washi tape, so now I kind of get to complete my experience with them. But since 1882, they've been creating fountain pen items for a while, and they were by far the most popular table, I think, because they also were hosting a Nibmeister, so they were extremely popular. And because of that, I think I got influenced to buy this ink that I didn't really need, the Taiwan Sun Moon Lake. This was the very last bottle, and I was like, God, I have to grab it. So I got the Taiwan Sun Moon Lake Blue, and these inks, if you've ever, it's difficult to open these. If you've ever seen, they have a nice little introduction card to them, because they have these special collaborations. So unfortunately the entire table was full. I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate, but it was full of collaboration or limited edition inks. So this is like a blue color, like a light blue. This actually shows, yeah, they did a pretty good job of capturing it. At the bottom. And then I got this Mangua purple pink, and I think I got this because I thought it could be a good replacement for number 57, but I am wrong. And it looks so weird. Can you see that greenish tint? I don't know if it's possible to kind of... There's like a greenish tint to this ink. It's really strange. I thought it was like not okay, but I did try it out, and it still writes purple pink. And so this is the little card that comes with it. It looks like it's a collaboration with, or it's inspired by something from Korea. Can't read that. But, and then the last one I got is the strawberry chocolate. Again, I was or have been looking for dusty pink kind of colors, and so this is the Felissimo Chocolate Museum collaboration. Honestly, I just went for vibes, like what kind of color I was drawn to, and so this one also has a weird green tint to it. But those colors are here. So it's the Mangwa Purple Pink, Taiwan Salmon Lake, and the Kobe Strawberry Chocolate. And so some of these are stamps that I got while I was at the Tainan Pen Show. So the other thing I finished off my purchase with at Kobe was this three pen set, 3 glass pen set. So you get like a thick, medium, fine option. So I don't know what happened. Probably it was my cat, but I had my glass tip pen from Amazon. It took cleanly, like it broke off. It's like a little bit pointy and sharp. So I thought I should or could try to get a replacement. And so I was like, oh yeah, let's get that. I didn't realize it was like $30. So here, each of these I think was 700 Taiwan dollars. And you had the option to pay in Japanese yen or in Taiwan dollars. I always thought if you pay in the currency of the country that you're buying it from, it's cheaper, and I think might have saved a little bit of money, but then you get hit with fees, like international fees, so I don't think I saved any money at all, actually. But I could use my credit card, which I wanted to do. I don't know. So that is the haul, and then I kept going back to, then they had lots of these Kobe ink color maps. There are no special edition inks on here, just swatches of their main line, it seems. So I don't know, I thought maybe I could do like a little journaling with this. But that is my Tainan Pen Show experience and haul. I thought it was, I don't know, it's kind of hot, and I kind of felt disappointed I didn't get a product that I was very specifically attending for. And then I saw these beautiful pens. These are the, I think it's the platinum pens. I don't know that much about it, but they were a reseller of ink of pens, and these are just so beautiful. This one is the one that I'm interested in, but it's like 100,000 Taiwan dollars, which is not something that I would ever dream of spending on a pen. So that is my haul of lots of things that I got from the Tainan Pen Show. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I think I'm gonna have to do more swatching videos, like a dedicated swatch video. But hope you enjoyed, and let me know what ink you thought was good that I got, and if you want to see more from me, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.